Hi, my name's Dr. James Petrick, and you clicked on this video. You know it's the holiday season. I've got my holiday tie on, and if you're like most people with fibromyalgia, you are concerned about the upcoming holiday. You're going to be around other people, and they're going to be asking, so how's it going? How's those kids? How's work? How's all these things? And you look healthy on the outside, and that's just it. That's the frustrating thing, because obviously something is going on. Obviously there's a cause to your condition. You haven't had this your whole entire life. What the heck is it? I don't know if I can help you. But what I do know is that likely the cause of the 10 or 11 or 12 out of 18 tender points, or the injury that you had within about 5 or 10 years or so ago, or the tension that you're having up here, or the irritable bowel, or the chronic fatigue, or whatever's going on with the problems that are oftentimes associated with fibromyalgia, what I can say to you is this. There is likely a common corollary cause, a needle and thread that goes through those different problems. They're not individual coincidences. You don't have likely 5 individual health problems wrapped up in an envelope called fibromyalgia. Bear with me. And therefore, it doesn't logically make sense that you should need 5 different treatments or 5 different medications, Cymbalta, Lyrica, whatever muscle relaxers, whatever pain pills, over-the-counter prescription, whatever that you might be taking, along with going to the chiropractor, acupuncture, massage. All these things can be great, and there's a time and place for them. But really getting to the cause, really what is going on with your fibromyalgia, with the widespread bruising, pain, and fatigue likely that has been affected your whole entire life, your sleep, your whole entire quality of life. Likely the reason that you clicked on this video is because even intuitively yourself, you know that there's something else. There's something below the surface that is going on, contributing to my problem. What the heck is it? I know this thing isn't all in my head. There is something going on. I just haven't quite put my finger on it yet. And I want to encourage you, and I also commend you for having the hope going on, even though you might have tried 5, 10 different things, spent 5, 10,000, possibly more thousands of dollars, had surgeries in your body, in your spine possibly to deal with your condition. I want to congratulate you that you haven't given up hope yet. Because just because everything you've tried up to this point hasn't necessarily helped you, or at least to the extent that you would have liked it to help you, that doesn't necessarily mean that you've tried everything and that nothing else can help you. Now, I'm sure you're well aware of this body map. In this case, it's a female, and you see that there's 10, 11, 12, all the way up to 18 tender points throughout her body in this case. And you know that in order to have technically, according to the American College of Rheumatology, you need to have 10 out of those 18 tender points. Now, where do you see the density, the most dots, the most potential tender points? Where are they concentrated? Are they concentrated on the bottom of the feet? Are they concentrated on the front of the torso, in the chest and the belly area? Are they in the spine? Let's get closer. If you really step back and you look at it, what we're looking at there is the neck and the shoulders. That's really where most of those problems are. Those tender points are. Now, when there's the next full moon, and you might have already observed this, you see the full moon and you can see these little spots on the moon. And they look like little, almost like craters, or as if there was a couple of severe storms in the atmosphere of the moon, because likely if it was an over the time, eons and eons of just gradual wear and tear or erosion taking place, It would be more like a golf ball with a bunch of little craters like that spread throughout the surface of the moon. But we don't see that there, do we? So with fibromyalgia, what happens is the problem tends to start in one or two areas, and then it snowballs, and the body just can't quite deal with it as it should. Can't deal with that injury as it should be able to. Now, according to the American College of Rheumatology, the symptoms of fibromyalgia are likely to settle in there within 5 years of a severe injury to the head or the neck, such as a whiplash type of an injury. Or maybe it's picking up a box, or even giving birth, or lifting a car seat and twisting and turning and putting it into the car, leaning over. Think about that. You're lunging, you're turning, you're bending. That's a lot of load to be putting on your spine. Now in my office, I focus all of my attention on the upper neck area. And I do that for 3 reasons. First of all, structurally, this is the weakest link. You know, people don't get whiplash in their lower back or their mid back. They get whiplash up here because the weight of the head's about a 13-pound head sitting on a little 2-ounce atlas vertebra or C1 vertebra, and all these very, very fragile bones in the neck. So you got all this mobility, but with increased mobility, there's decreased stability, and that makes this area prone to injury. The second reason is that the neck area, it's just the most neurologically, by far, the most important area in the entire spinal column. And we saw this on the last Chargers game. The receiver for the Jaguars dived out and to try to make a catch, and he didn't, and he jammed his neck, and he ended up hurting his head. But the stadium just went silent. I think people came out onto the field to pray for him, because when we hurt our neck, we intuitively know that there's something special about this area. Again, neurologically, it's the most important. So they took him off the field on a stretcher. They had his helmet taped down, and the stadium was just dead silent. The third and final reason that I specialize in the upper neck area with my work is because anatomically it's just very, very unusual. There's all sorts of asymmetries and subtleties, and we have to have expert imaging, expert technique, methodology before dealing with this area, before treating this area at all on an individual. Now, I want to invite you to come into my office to check out, see what I have, and how it may help you. There's no obligation whatsoever, and there's no charge whatsoever as well, as long as you call and make your appointment by the end of this year. That's for the consultation, exam, and x-rays. Now, I am a chiropractor, but I specialize, my entire focus, my entire attention is on the top of the neck. This is all I do, and I do it well. I'm going to show you a couple of testimonials here in a second. And what I want to see about with you is I want to see if you have a problem with the top 2 vertebrae in your neck, and if you can benefit from very gentle, specific, tailor-made just for you adjustments or treatments in my office, then that is the potential solution for much of your discomfort, much of what has been holding you back, much of what has been keeping you from moving forward for the last year, 2 years, 3, 4, 5, 10 years, however long it is. And I want to offer this to you as a free service just so you can learn about this, because I love helping people. I love educating people and being that solution that can really turn a person's life around. And I know how frustrating it can be to have fibromyalgia, not as a person who has it, but as a person who comes in contact and interacts with people who have fibromyalgia, like every single day here. So give us a call by the end of this month. Come on in and we'll sit down, no obligation. We'll take a copy of your insurance card if you would like us to. And we're located centrally here in Rancho Bernardo, right at the intersection of Rancho Bernardo Road and Bernardo Center Drive, so we're really easy to get to. And I look forward to meeting you and seeing if this is a possible solution for you and to help you get your life back. Isn't that what you want and deserve, is to be able to feel and function as you should? I want to help you make sure that your head is on straight, so to speak, so that your body doesn't have to compensate for the neurological tension that you may have up here, which is so common for people who have fibromyalgia. So give us a call. I'd like to share with you more about what it is that I do, but it all starts with that consultation and examination and x-rays if necessary, so we can find out three-dimensionally what is going on with the atlas, what is going on with the axis, these two weak links that hinge, that many people's health really hinges on. It's a funny saying, is your head on straight? But I'll tell you this much, if it's not, that could be the explanation for everything that you're suffering with right now. So give us a call today. I want to meet you by the end of this year. Let's make 2016, let's commit to getting your health on track for the next year, so that when people ask you next year about the holidays and how things are kind of going for you, that you can look them in the eye and you can tell them truthfully, things are going great. This has been the best year in the past 5 years. I'm feeling so much better and my energy is so much better, and I'm just much happier than I was a year ago. Wouldn't that be incredible? I want to help you get there. Give us a call today.
Until my wife and I saw Dr. Petrick, my condition was about 15 years of progressively worsening fibromyalgia. I've been treated with many different antidepressants, painkillers. The gold standard for fibromyalgia, Cymbalta, and also Lyrica. Lyrica was horrible. And after less than a week, I have so much more energy. It's hard to even express. I was headed for disability before I came in. I could not understand how my body had collapsed as far as energy was concerned, but now I feel like 75% better. I'm sleeping through the night. My body was in so much pain before, it wouldn't let me sleep more than 6 hours, 7 hours. But I'm sleeping through the night now, and I have so much more energy because my resources are being used inside my body more efficiently. It's a simple way of that, and I can't express how much it's really made such a huge difference so quickly.
Hi, my name's Liz, and I'm a patient at Dr. Petrick's Spinal Care. When I came to Dr. Petrick, I was suffering from migraines and fibromyalgia. And since coming to Dr. Petrick for going on 2 years, I'm almost pain-free every day. And also, I've been able to start competing in triathlons. And I had my first triathlon last week. And unfortunately, it wasn't a full tri. We didn't do the swim part, but we did double of the run part and the bike part. And I got a second in my category. And I truly believe that if I hadn't come to Dr. Petrick, I would not have been able to compete, number one. Number two, that would never have entered my mind to even considering trying an athletic event, given the condition that I was when I first came to see Dr. Petrick. And I'm just very happy with all the great results I've got, and I wish I could encourage more people to come either to see Dr. Petrick or to the NUCA chiropractic people. And I hope this information helps someone out there. Thank you very much for your time. Bye.
I've been coming to see Dr. Petrick for a couple of years now. I drive quite a tremendous distance to get here, about 70 miles one way from Moreno Valley. And I have to tell you that I didn't want to come at first. I was very skeptical. My sister insisted that I come with my complaints, and after 2 years of insistence, I finally tried. And when I got here, I was frightened, I want to say, and I think Dr. Petrick might even verify that I was tearful. I did not want a bone cracker cracking my bones. I was very scared. And of course, I watched the video and I felt a little bit more assured. But my complaints were, there wasn't a day that woke up that I didn't have a headache. All throughout the day, my husband might call me and he'd say, "How do you feel?" And I'd always answer, "Oh, I've got this dull headache." So I gave it a shot, and a couple of days after after my first visit, he gave me a call and he said, "So how are your headaches?" And I kind of had to sit back and reflect, and I said, "Well, I don't have one." And he says, "Well, how did you feel when you woke up this morning or yesterday, the 2 days that, of my rest?" And I said, "Gosh, now that I think about it, I sat right up in bed and got up and started my day." Whereas before, it was, my back, my head. I start off with a headache. I'd have a headache all day, take something for it, and then it would go away but never be gone. I'd wake up every day with another headache. I think a headache that never went away. Anyway, I've been treated wonderfully here. I feel great. It's been probably 2 years now, and I wouldn't give it up for a minute. I come here steadfastly every month, so I maintain and keep my health and feel better and can go about my day. And I've got to tell you, in the 2 years, I don't think I've had 2 headaches. 2. So this is a big thing for me.